You're listening to the Access Success Podcast, produced by Access U, a division of Access Advertising and Public Relations. Hey, let's do something big. I'm your host, Rachel Schneider. Welcome to the Access Success Podcast, where we highlight important topics focused on education in every form it takes. We know that many educational programs are available online now and in a virtual setting, and this is especially helpful for people who may not live near a university. However, if online learning is not accessible or effective for you, there is a place here in Roanoke to meet your needs and help you through the process of advancing your education in person. We're welcoming in the Roanoke Higher Education Center Senior Director of Academic and Student Services, Dr. Carla James, to the podcast to talk more about the resources and opportunities available here in Roanoke. Dr. James, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're so happy you're here. So for people who do not know or are unfamiliar, can you please tell us a little bit more about the Roanoke Higher Education Center's purpose and how it's evolved throughout the years?
Absolutely. The purpose of the Roanoke Higher Education Center is to provide access to educational opportunities, and not just degrees. We offer access to certificates, workforce training programs, licenses, endorsements, all the things that you might need if you're pursuing maybe a new career or need upskilling or just want to take some classes for lifelong learning. All of those are offered at the Roanoke Higher Education Center, and our purpose and mission is to make those opportunities available to the people of the Roanoke region.
And how did it come to be? How did the Higher Education Center first start?
So we are 22 years in at the Roanoke Higher Education Center, and we started as an idea based in the fact that at the time, the Roanoke region was the largest metropolitan statistical area in the state that didn't have a public four-year institution. And so obviously Virginia Tech is fairly close to us, so is Radford, and even the University of Virginia when you think about it. So there wasn't a real need to create a brand new institution or a solo four-year institution, and the compromise was the Roanoke Higher Education Center to bring multiple institutions under one roof. So we have 12 member institutions offering about 150 different programs of study.
And we know that the pandemic brought on a lot more online learning opportunities. Some may work better for others than some may want an in-person instruction. Mm-hmm. So how has the Higher Education Center evolved, especially over the past, 3-4 years, to meet those needs?
Certainly the pandemic brought virtual learning to the forefront. And even prior to the pandemic, we facilitated online programming at the Roanoke Higher Education Center. I think the pandemic taught us how to do it well and how to make it effective for all different types of learners. And now even as we, hopefully see the end of the pandemic, we still have online learning opportunities. And like you said, for those who excel in that environment, that's wonderful. And so we still have those opportunities. But we also have hybrid opportunities, which is a mix between an online program and some face-to-face, and then we still have fully face-to-face programs at the center. So one of the great things about the Roanoke Higher Education Center is something for everyone and instructional models that work for all different types of learners.
So what are some trends the Higher Education Center's team is seeing in education in Roanoke right now?
Mm-hmm. Right now in Roanoke, we see a lot of requests for shorter learning experiences. Obviously, degrees will always be important, and there'll be some career paths that will require that. But what we see now are career paths development that doesn't necessarily require a degree, maybe a shorter learning experience like a certificate or a boot camp, workshops, seminars. We're seeing a lot more requests for shorter learning experiences that are still impactful and relevant and can still help you as you grow in your career.
And I'm sure that touches some very important high-demand workforce training that we're seeing right now, especially in healthcare and IT, manufacturing positions, mm-hmm. maybe even, first responders, people who just want to get that 1-year, 2-year training or less mm-hmm. to get on the road to a better job.
Absolutely. So, in our region, healthcare and IT are high-demand programs. Manufacturing is a very prominent industry in our region as well. So what we try to do is find education and training opportunities that align with those regional workforce needs so that our learners stay in the Valley and continue to contribute to the economic development of the Valley. So those opportunities we are always on the lookout for to help the folks that are in those high demand areas that may need professional development or other learning opportunities.
And we know that you guys are able to do even more than just higher education when it comes to supporting families and supporting learners from all backgrounds. Why is it important to have this variety of accessible programming available in person for people and not just online, especially in our region?
Yeah, we definitely want to be the one stop for education and training in the Valley. Two of our member institutions offer some of the most popular programs at our center. So we are happy to host Region 5 Adult Education at the Roanoke Higher Education Center. They offer absolutely free GED test preparation. So you can do your GED prep there on site. You can do it online and then actually take your GED test at the Roanoke Higher Education Center. We are also proud partners with TAP, This Valley Works. They do a variety of workforce training programs, including CNA programming, that is very popular and needed in the Roanoke Valley.
And what are some other ways that folks can advance their education at the center? What kinds of programs offered are most popular right now that you just touched on? Are there any others that stick out to you?
Popular at the center is our social work program through Radford University. Radford University also offers at the center a BSN program, a Bachelor of Science of Nursing. That's a very popular program. Again, GED programming is very popular at the center. And there are other opportunities for learning and advancement at the center. So we have a full-service library. We have a student success center that can help you with time management, with tutoring. We also are about to debut a career center, and that would be for anybody in the Valley who needs help seeking employment with resume writing, cover letter writing, wants to have one-on-one, face-to-face opportunities with some of the major companies in the Valley. So the Higher Education Center really offers something for everyone. And even if we don't have the program of study that you're interested in, we can help you find it. That's part of our role as well.
And I know you had mentioned a lot of the programming that you have for children and families, too. What are some of those lesser-known services when it comes to tutoring?
So if you've got a K-12 learner in your home and they may need help with math or reading or writing, we actually have very affordable tutoring available at the Roanoke Higher Education Center. So maybe while you're upstairs taking a class, your student could be downstairs getting tutoring in an area that they need. So that's a great program that we offer at the center. And of course we have testing services at the center as well. I mentioned the GED testing, but actually we offer several thousand different industry and certification exams in the center. So the exams that you need to be a certified teacher, many of the healthcare exams that you need are offered at the Roanoke Higher Education Center. We also offer what's called CLEP testing. So CLEP is a way that you can earn college credit without having to sit through a 16-week class. You take a test and earn the credit if you pass the test. That's really popular at the center and a great way to advance yourself towards a degree.
Right, just with the skills and knowledge that you already know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you don't have to take a class, you can go ahead and take that test. That's great. Are there any other new events or new classes coming up that we can tell people about while you're here?
So we will be offering some classes in diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're coming up in May. That's really designed for our small businesses in the Valley. This summer, we will be having a free summer math camp that's going to be available for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. We will also this fall have a free FAFSA financial aid extravaganza where families can come in and learn about the financial aid process, start a financial aid application, and hopefully position themselves to receive financial aid so that they can go to school in the fall. So we're really excited about that financial aid program as well.
And is this a new program, or is this something you've done before or something people have requested?
It's brand new. What we found is that a lot of financial aid is left on the table because families don't even apply. So what we want to do is give them the support and resources that they need so that they can make that financial aid application and hopefully receive funding that will allow them to go to school. We also will have our biannual open house on June the 1st. That's from 4 to 6 p.m. Everyone is invited to attend, and it's a perfect opportunity to just come in and learn more about the Roanoke Higher Education Center and how we can help you achieve your dreams.
Amazing. So if you didn't hear that, Thursday, June 1st, 4 to 6 p.m., they're having their biannual open house. Come and check out all of the services the Roanoke Higher Education Center has to offer. For folks interested in learning more, where can they find you guys? How can they connect?
At the best web address ever, education.edu. www.education.edu.
Wonderful. And Dr. James, since this is the Access Success Podcast, we would love for you to share a recent success story, either personally or professionally.
I'll share my own success story, which is both personal and professional.
Okay.
As a member of the Roanoke Higher Education Center for almost the entire time, 21 of the 22 years, I sought my PhD at the Roanoke Higher Education Center. There's absolutely no way I could have done it any other way. The classes were at the center and convenient. I worked with Old Dominion University, which is one of our member institutions at the center, and I was able to use, of course, our center resources, the library, the testing center, the computer labs. And it was a long journey for me. I worked full-time, had a family at home, so it took longer than probably most people seeking a PhD, but I absolutely was able to achieve it at the Roanoke Higher Education Center. Changed my life. I went from Carla James to Dr. Carla James, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. We have the tools, equipment, the support that you need at the Roanoke Higher Education Center, and we would love to help you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that success. That's awesome. And thank you again so much for being here with us today. Couldn't be an easier web address. Go to education.edu if you'd like to learn more about the Roanoke Higher Education Center and all of the resources available there. And thank you for tuning in to the Access Success Podcast. We'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Access Success Podcast, produced by Access U, a division of Access Advertising and Public Relations. Find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram to keep up with what the world of education needs to hear, at Access U Agency, and connect with us at accessu.com. Let's do something big.